Chapter 5. Oliver becomes Fagin's pupil. Oliver slept till late the next morning. He opened his eyes but felt too sleepy to move. He lay there half asleep. There was no one in room but the old man. He was standing by the fire making coffee. He looked toward Oliver who was lying quite still. Then he crept quietly to the door and locked it. He bent down and lifted a brick up from the floor. From the hole underneath, he took out a box. He carried it carefully to the table and there he unlocked it. One by one, he took out its contents. Oliver watched him in astonishment. The old man held up a fine gold watch which sparkled with jewels. "A beauty," laughed the old man. Then he drew out other watches and examined them. Then come rings, necklace, bracelet, and brooches. Fagin held them all with loving care. Suddenly, he turned his head toward Oliver, who was watching him. Oliver was awake. He had seen all. Fagin seized the bread knife and sprang toward the boy. "You were watching me. What you have seen? Tell me quickly." The old man stood over Oliver, ready to strike him with the knife. I could not sleep, sir. I wake up. I am sorry, sir. Were you awake an hour ago? Oh no, sir. Are you sure? Fagin asked, with his knife at the boy's throat. Certain, sir. Oh, well, my dear, then it's all right. I was joking. Fagin put the knife back on the table. I was only trying to frighten you. You are brave boy. Ha ha, you are brave boy. Oliver, he laughed and rubbed his hands. Then suddenly he asked, "Did you see any of my pretty things?" "Yes, sir." Fagin turned pale. "They are mine," he said. "I am keeping them for my old age. I shall need them then. I will soon be a very old man. My dear, I must have something to live on when I cannot work, must not?" "Yes, sir," answered Oliver politely. Then he asked, "May I get up now, sir?" "Certainly, my dear, certainly. Fetch that jug of water in the corner over there. I will give you a basin to wash in." Oliver went to fetch the water. When he turned round, the box had gone. Oliver had hardly finished washing when the artful Dodger came in with a companion. This was Charlie Bates. They all sat down and had breakfast together. How Oliver enjoyed it! There was hot coffee, there was hot rolls, and even ham. "Well, my dears," Fagin said to the Dodger and Charlie Bates, "I hope you have been working this morning." "Oh, yes, look at this." The Dodger handed two leather pocket books to Fagin. Fagin examined them inside and outside. "They are nicely made, although they are not so heavy as they might be," he said. He turned to Oliver. "The Dodger's a clever workman, is not he?" he asked. "Oh, yes, sir," very said Oliver. To Oliver's surprise, the two boys burst out laughing. "He is simple, is not he?" exclaimed Charlie Bates. "Now, Charlie," said Fagin, "what have you got, my dear?" Charlie showed him four silk handkerchiefs. Fagin examined them and said, rubbing his hands together, "Yes, they are good ones, but I am afraid that the marks will have to be picked out. We all teach young Oliver to do that, shall we, boys?" Again, to Oliver's surprise, the boys burst out laughing. Fagin turned to Oliver. "Would you like to pick the marks out?" "Yes, sir." This answer also made the boy laugh. "He as green as grass," exclaimed Charlie Bates. The breakfast was a merry one. When it was over, Fagin, in high spirits, asked the Dodger and his companion, "Shall we show Oliver our game, boys? He turned to Oliver. Would you like to play a funny game, my dear? Oh, yes, sir. They played a strange game. Fagin put a watch in one pocket and a pocket book in another. He pretended that he was an old gentleman out for a walk. Now and then he stopped pretending that he was looking in a shop window. The dogger and Charlie Bats crept after him. Like shadows, they crept after him. When Fagin stopped, they stopped. When Fagin moved, they moved. Suddenly, the dogger stepped on Fagin's foot. Charlie Bats pushed the old man from behind. In that moment, the boys snatched the watch and the pocket book out of Fagin's pocket. It was done so quickly that Oliver could not believe his eyes. But Fagin was so funny that Oliver had to laugh. He laughed till he cried. They played this game several times. Then Fagin said to Oliver, "Now you try, my dear." He put a silk handkerchief in his pocket. "See if you can take this out without my knowing it." Oliver was eager to please the old man. He crept up behind him. Then, as the dogger had done, he held the bottom of Fagin's pocket with one hand. With the other, he snatched the handkerchief. "It is gone?" asked Fagin in surprise. "Look, sir, I have got it." "You are clever boy, my dear," Fagin told him, rubbing his hands. "Here's a shilling for you. If you go on like this, you will be a great man, Oliver." Again the old man rubbed his hands and gave a big smile. Then he went on, "But you have a lot to learn first. You had better begin by picking the marks out of those handkerchiefs. Come here, I will show you how to do it." Oliver was soon busy over this task.